Hello, everyone. I want to talk to you today about the importance of being a good partner in relationships, since that's the topic of the day. I'm sure we've all been in a relationship where things have started out great, but over time, we stop putting in the effort to make things work. I can tell you it's easy to take for granted our partners and start to focus on our own needs, our own desires, but it is super important that we remember that relationships take effort and attention from both partners. So before I dive into my own relationship goals and habits, I wanted to tell you a story. So I'm going to introduce you to David. And David always wanted to have a great relationship in his life, but he always struggled with them. The reason why is he'd always get excited at the very start of the relationship, but after a few months he'd find himself getting bored and feeling unfulfilled, and then he wouldn't understand exactly why his relationships weren't working. That is until he actually found Rachel, she was kind, she was caring, she was thoughtful, and they hit it off right away, and they ended up moving in together. At first, things were great. David loved coming home to Rachel and having somebody to share his life with. And, she also loved the attention and affection that she was getting from David. But as time went on, David started to take her for granted. He stopped putting in the effort, the small things, like the small gifts and the compliments. And just, he started spending more time at work, more time with his friends. Rachel attempted to try to communicate with David, and, he would make her feel like she was being unreasonable for his, having more bids for his affection. She started to feel neglected, unimportant, and eventually, boom, she reached a breaking point. And she ended up, ending that relationship with David, and he was heartbroken. It was too late though. The breakup, he had to learn from his mistakes that he basically took Rachel for granted. It was a tough lesson for him, but he knew that in order to be a good partner, he had to put in the time and effort and continue to do that consistently so that they could build a strong and healthy relationship. And, basically, this did give him hope for the future because he knew that he would be more mindful about the importance of these little things over time and how that can help him get what he wants. So, I wanted to tell you this story because I hope it serves as a reminder, really, to all of us, the importance of being a good partner and how we need to continue to do the little things. It's really easy to get caught up in the busyness of life and take our loved ones for granted. It's important to continue to make that effort, show them that you're valuing them and you're appreciating them. And I could tell you, I've definitely become more mature and mindful about the energy and focus I put into my relationship. Far from perfect, obviously, but it's good because I now have goals, I have intentions and habits that help me to get those goals. So I'll go over a couple of those right now. Number one, I want to make sure that I'm increasing my emotional intimacy with my partner. And I'm going to do this by spending weekends reading with Jen. I love that. It's one of the most intimate things we can do. Read our spiritual text together. Another thing we have planned is going on at least 2 weekend retreats per year, getting massage twice a month, give or take, and to really, have a fully open heart when it comes to dealing with difficult times. I tend to close down when things get hard, so committing to staying open no matter what is very important. It's going to help me be more attentive to her needs and listen to her when she needs more intentional time together. And I really want to make sure a big goal of mine is that I'm paying more attention to her bids for a more emotional connection. Sometimes I can take that for granted, and that's something that I need to focus on. And then for sure, at least once a month, going on a planned date on a Saturday, depending on the days that we have kids. So those are some of my relationship goals. I just want to remind us all that putting in the time and the effort to make our relationship strong and healthy, we can create these more meaningful connections and about the people we care about, not take people for granted and then one day ask ourselves, God, we could have done better, right? So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day, and hope you strengthen your partnership in whatever relationship you have.